most important aspect of working here is relationships. That's not a North American idea. That's North American, the most important thing is task and result. Whereas here, relationship is important. We love having you around. It's great that you take the time to spend time with us. And that's the key. When we say partnership, I think they read relationship. And, they're one and the same. Northwestern Uganda, the whole area called the West Nile, is one of the poorest in Uganda. The society is completely agrarian. Everybody farms there for a living. Most of them are peasant farmers, or whatever you want to call it, subsistence farmers. They farm just for themselves, not for much cash crop. You have to drive through an insecure area to get there, and the road is awful. So accessibility becomes such a huge issue in an area like that. If you grow lots of things, who cares, because you can't sell it. So when you're talking about development, how can you convince somebody to increase their yield when they can't even sell the little they're already growing?
Oh, you're welcome, Papa. Glad to see you, all right.
Oh, Dennis, how are you?
All right, how are you?
Good.
So our partner, CRS, will come to address this problem of poverty by initiating to the mind the modern methods of agriculture, so that people's ideas of agriculture may be improved. People will be taught many things about primary health care, so they will now have to begin protecting themselves. And even microfinance, so that at least people will be able to begin to handle some little bit of money. And this will facilitate them into method of banking, because when people do not bank, automatically the economic system always remains very poor.
I'm very grateful for the loan I received to help me in my fish business. I'm able to pay back the loan with the sales I'm making. I'm a Muslim woman, but it did not make a difference that I got this loan from a Christian group. I'm going to try to help others now by telling them about how to get this loan and how it will help them in their business.
If anybody ever tells you, I know why those people are poor, don't believe them, because there's no one solution. People don't have money, they don't have education, they don't have the capacity to make decisions, that sort of thing. And it's not because they're not farming properly or because they're not eating properly. It's all these things together. There's not one thing that can be isolated. The Church of Uganda has that within their mandate is holistic development, meaning we don't just attack one little section of a person's life. We're going to try and look at the whole picture. And so we've worked with them for about 15, 16 years now in their development department. And we started working mainly in agriculture and relief. And since then we've moved more towards development, community development, water projects, agricultural projects, literacy projects, health projects, all these different things. It's an integrated response to a complicated problem.
My name is Peter Timmerman.
Peter Timmerman.
I want to make a list of Alua words. This will help me. I want to make a list of Alua words that mean development. I've already learned one, and I just heard him say it. It's Dongo. Dongo means to grow, isn't it? From here up, like this. So this child, Dongo to an adult, is it? Okay. So that's Dongo. Is there any other word that can maybe mean development?
The basic issue is first to assist people to find out what their needs are. Because if you've always drunk water out of an unclean well, you don't know that that's your problem. You may not know. Some people may, some people may not.
We're going into a session now where everybody's going to have a chance to discuss this word, this mysterious word. I want you to discuss Dongo. And for you in your group, I want you to try and come up with some kind of sentence which defines or describes Dongo.
We used to do it with the but why technique. Say my kids are unhealthy, but why? Well, maybe they're drinking water from here and this and that. Okay, but why are they doing that? Well, we don't have money, so we can't dig a well. But why? Well, because we can't sell our crops because we don't have enough. But why? So you just keep asking why? But it's downward spiraling, kind of a negative way of looking at it. We've adopted a technique, and with our partners, we're encouraging them to go to the but how technique instead of the but why. First of all, you ask them, what do you want? You know, what would you really like? I want my kids in school. I want them healthy. I want clothes. I'd like to have enough money to be able to make some decisions. You know, I'd like to have higher yields. And then you say, well, but how do you get there? Well, first I need money. But how would you get money? Well, I'd have to have a business or something, wouldn't I? But how would you have a business? Well, I'd have to have some credit. So already you've, just through a quick succession of asking how would you get to where you want to be, you actually establish a program that way.
In youth, you have adult literacy program, and those are all elderly women who don't know how to read and write, and they've decided that they have to join the program.
One of the greatest success stories is literacy for women, getting women through literacy classes. A whole new world opens up to a woman when she can read. She can control her finances. She can read land titles. She can read the card where she measures her children on. Children are healthy by mothers taking control of the children's health through child weighing, through nutrition, knowing about nutrition, through knowing about disease prevention. There's indigenous knowledge. There's also a lot of people with lots of skills and lots of ability and lots of possibilities. And when you go to possibilities, the thing is it expands the whole program a bit. The biggest thing for me is what I call the aha experience. Other people call it a paradigm shift. We call it the aha experience because somebody will suddenly see things in a different way. At a personal level, at a group level, at an organizational level. They suddenly said, aha, this development, this is our responsibility, you know? And to me, that's the best thing that can happen. And that happened a lot. There's a lot of stuff waiting to move here. And as we empower people, the whole thing kind of steamrolls in a way. And success gives me hope. You know? And we see some success.